It is 8:10 in the morning. The sunlight hitting my clock there. What a difference this made. Wow. There it is. And there's that one. And this room now is just really beautiful. You can tell that door's not square. I'm going to do that later today, but this is the beginning of part 2. And I've got to make my trim pieces, which won't take very long. But I gotta make some shims and shim this door up. And you know how to interlock shims and put the faces to right each other, kind of build it up and make the two shims expand, or 3 or 4, however many it takes. So yeah, it's too close up in the upper left quadrant. Sounds like I went to dentistry school, doesn't it? And I think it's a little high on the upper left quadrant corner. The upper and then the sides are just off, so we'll fix that. But boy, it really brought a lot of light into this room. So the house is just turning into a really nice place to live finally. So got a little foggy on that window, but it does that. So humidity is pretty high from all that rain yesterday. And can't open the back windows too much because it's so bright. Okay, just wanted you to see what it looked like. I couldn't wait to get up this morning and see this. So I haven't even opened the book yet, but there are those long screws I was telling you about, but I got plenty of those. So let's see what all this says. And crack her open now that we got it in. I always do things like that, generally always. Sometimes I don't. When it comes to making decoys or fancy baked goods, I'm pretty careful about following directions. But when it comes to stuff like this, it seems so straightforward. This threshold is great, but where the floor ends and the seal pan begins, I don't know, it's kind of funky. It's hard. It kind of drops off right there. Feels weird under your feet. So I'm probably going to pull this. I don't know. I got to go see how much of this wood I got left. But anyway, I do have some pieces of wood left. I got enough. I'll consider pulling that piece up because it destroys them to pull them up. So you just got to get used to that. I don't know. I just wish it. Maybe I can shim underneath it if I can get the seal plate up a little bit or something. But right now, you can tell that they leave you a place here for these screws to go in. I've learned a lot from reading and everything, and this is not what you're supposed to do, but it was just temporary. So we'll take that out soon. So the kit comes with the extra long screws, and you put these all in so you can put the shims back there and they'll stay. Those all seem to be about the same. I'll use the new ones because they just look better. And I think I know that's a funny noise in the background if you can hear it. I'm watching these dudes polish this green old Ford station wagon for whatever reason you want to do that. So anyway, yeah, take these off. And I'm gonna do some powder coating on the old door handle there. Make it look better. So I'm gonna paint this side of the door white. Or I may just leave it alone, I don't know. It looks okay. This will have to be primed before it's made red. And they already put them in that side. Okay, well let's put these in and see about squaring this door up. I'm gonna have to go down there and make some shims. There's just no way around it. And let me get a judgment call. Yeah, they can be a little bigger than normal. But you don't put these all the way in. You leave them kind of loose, okay? I read the instructions, and for whatever those pads, everybody does that. I guess there's a good reason for it. Weather seal, I guess. Okay, so I've got that one, the top one in, leaving about a ½ an inch. And I got this one. I've gotten to where I just use the impact. I just like that. Right about there. I love this tool. That's a great thing to have, the 12034 Tighten It thing. You just put your magnetic holder in there and just change your bits like that. And then pull these out. And those I've just fallen in love with. They just work so well. Okay, so let's just put that back there. Okay, so now she's pretty secure. Oh, I had something I wanted to do. I forgot about it. Well, let's see if it still works. The PEX redneck water feature here. Let's give her the go button. Oh, blowing some air out. There you go. See, now I can have soothing water noises as I'm working. Isn't that pleasant? Well, now I gotta go pee. Whatever happened to Randolph Scott? Riding the range alone. There, I put one of these in last night. I have a video on putting this in. I'm going to leave this one inside the house. And here's this TV it got given to me. So I can have a little entertainment aside from my little water extravaganza there. Oh, Pokey Bit seen in the wall. That's right, I unplugged it last night. I have a big habit of unplugging things. My family just unplug everything, and I sometimes just forget. Well, at least I know why it's not working. I know I gotta clean it. You should have seen it before I cleaned it. Let's see what we get here. Maybe we'll get Grid. Oh, Grid. These antennas are great. Yeah, there's Grid. Let's see if it comes on. Soundbar came on at the same time. That's cool. I always like it when that happens. No signal. Well, we'll get a signal. Let's get one. We'll put it up here. That'll get us a signal. Oh, there's my... Oh, so you got a signal. There's my Indian clubs. There we go. Now we're shooting and killing. Oh, there's one right there. Ooh, they always got the... How do they get these nice polished horses? Look like they've been to the car wash or something. Get them, Randolph. That's what makes all the noise. Let me get them guys on tape here so I can put it. Look, can you see all the guineas down there, gang? That's what makes all those big crowing noises down there. God, there's a passel of them too. I've never seen them in the field. That's pretty cool. So never, ever freehand on table saw. Just don't do it. So this is going to be my shims coming up. All right, a little bit more. Oh, is that it? I think that's it. Oh, no, a little bit more. Okay. Okay. There's all my shims, all different sizes. So there's the remainder of the block. Okay. Okay, I made it worse a little bit, but I got my level. My water feature, which seems to kind of be petering out over there, but it's okay. Let's see what we got here. Well, let's use the side that's going to help me here. There we go. That ain't terrible. That's pretty close, so I'm pretty happy with that. That tin thing, that seal plate. That one is pretty close too. Alright, well, I guess it's just a matter of truing it now. Put that on that stuff so I can hold it down. Well, I don't know what to tell you, so just grab your shims and go in here and just put them in until it gets level over here. So it's going to take a lot of shims, isn't it? More shims than I thought. Let's try to true it with screws and then shim it. We'll do that. Let's try that. Oh well, I guess I gotta get another pump for that thing. Oh well, I don't mind. Oop, I'll never do this. Okay. So it took me the better part of 45 minutes to get this right, and I had to go up here, and then this didn't line up with the locks, and then I used every shim I cut. So I got shims here to keep this down and square, and shims down there, and shims behind the door, of course, like with the screws. And now watch this. See? She just closes fine, and then there's that, and then the lock works. So the lock was actually not even working at one point. So now we're going to do the dollar bill test that you've heard so much about, right? So the dollar bill test is to check your lower seal here, and I believe these are adjustable. Let's see where we end up here. I can't latch it that way, so let's just hold it tight. See, that's too loose. So I'm gonna have to shim up the underside of the seal plate a little bit, and so I'm gonna go down there and cut some more shims, and we'll just leave $1 there and see if we can get this going, because I didn't go to all this trouble to have that leak. Let's go cut some more shims. I don't have enough. I've got a couple here. Let's go cut some more. Christians and Jews. Okay, so let's do her again here. Just a little bit of resistance. Just a little bit of resistance. And over here, so you can see where my shims are in there now. That wants to fold in right there. That's probably going to eventually tear that up. Let's check this. Okay, that's good over there. You want it to be a little tight because it's going to get a little loose later. Yeah, that's okay there. And see, the door wants to kind of pop back a little bit anyway. And that's okay because it's fighting them seals. Forget about the wells. Save the seals. Okay. Let's make sure she still latches and everything. That shouldn't have changed that. No, that's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna glue those into place, and then see about finishing this off somehow. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna mess much with that. Okay, well, I think it's about great stuff time, because that's about as good as that's gonna get. Now, I was gonna say this too. There's a, I don't think they mentioned it anywhere. Does it stay open? Yeah, it stays open. Okay, good. That's the other thing, you know, I hate doors that sort of close. There's a metal plate back there. You can see the little lip of it right there. Don't take that off, it looks like. It looks like that's a security thing, so if you see that on there, don't worry about it. Okay, and I gotta worry about this trim work here. But overall, I'm very happy with that. All right, we're gonna call that done, and just do what we can, right? I've got to think about this. It's gonna take some thinking. I made the decision to cut that seal, that aluminum back, and look what I found. I found this big gap here. So I'm going to do some careful measuring and vacuuming and see if I can make this a little nicer. I don't think I'm going to mess with anything else. I'm going to cut those shims so they'll fit a little better, and then I'll hammer that up there. So there's a ton of silicone in here, so I didn't do that, but I'm glad somebody did. And let's get that out of there. Just be in the way. Okay, let's get this side of here. It took a little doing, but I got those pieces, half pieces of floor out of there, and I vacuumed that out, so I got something to work with here. And I'm gonna, this seems to want to dive down for some reason, so I'm gonna put some shims in here and make a finished piece here as much as I can.
know exactly what I'm gonna do. I might get Rex the Wonder Tool and cut some of that out so I can use my quarter round to hide that. You think Rex will cut that? I don't know. The multi-tool. That might be the way to do this before I start getting too carried away. Well, let's go cut them. Let's put them shims under here and get this up, because it really takes a dive right there for whatever the reason is. That'll be nice to buck that up. That's always kind of been troublesome. So I was able to shim under here and get this flatter and more stable. That's really good now. And I was able to get my shims in there. I cut them to fit, and I got my aluminium ready to go up. And here's Rex. Let's see what she'll do. And but take note, there's nails right there. So that's okay, because a quarter round will cover that when I get to that point. And I'm gonna do my great stuff here after I get this extra out of here. And it's gonna shape up good. So, you know, I'm gonna have to really custom fit a piece of wood to fit here. But what I'll probably do is custom fit it to go here, and maybe make my break here. So, you know, because you step here so much, try to make this as big a piece as possible, and then make a little filler piece back over here. It has about the same looking kind of little wing out like that. And now, see, the quarter round's going to be back, but I'm going to have trim here. Taking all flipping day. I'm loving every second of it. Thanks for watching. More to come. I think I'm going to change his name from Rex to Smokey, because boy, that gets mighty smoky sometimes. And there's the last of it. There's the first of it. Turn my stomach so you can see where it burns it. But there you go. I can do something with that now. And I'm going to keep her around. I'll probably trim that out a little bit more. Let me vacuum it and trim it out some, so I can just have a nice straight shot here. Well, welcome to the world. This is what happens to you. Okay, I've done all my calculations here, so let's go see if I can make this pretty again. And I've got some of this wood that I tore out to put those tiles in on the other side of the house, you know, where the kitchen door goes out to the back. So maybe I can use some of that, and it's already stained and everything, you know, so I might as well just go for that. And it's basically waste at this point, so let's try to make it not waste anymore. I know, those old puzzles. See, I saved all these pieces of wood from that project, and these two are going to be my ones right here. You can tell that was at the back door. Look at all the dirt in there. So this one's going to be 30. Did I feel metal? No. Thought I did. No metal in that. And you can see where the nails rusted in there. But this is going to be fine for where we're going to be going. So, so there's my measurements, like I said earlier. Let's go cut these to length, and then shape them to go in my little places. Then we'll start doing the door frame. Quite a bit of time at the table saw. Let's see how I did here. Let's see. See, now the tongue is right there, so I had to sort of accommodate for that. Let's see if I did okay. Oh, come on, get in there. I think I may skinny that up a little bit more. What if I got to whack on it with? Got a piece of wood here. Okay. That's softer wood. I gotta quit hitting my walls. I just painted the dumb thing. Okay, well, that's not terrible. It's got that lope to it though. So I'm gonna, I guess let's see if I can get that out of there. Let's move it. Oh, this must be a more modern Western because it's got that annoying music. All right, there we go. Let's get that out because it's dropping way off at the back right there. And so I got it cut enough on the tongue. I don't think the other one is. And I don't mind that gap being there because you don't want it buckling on you in the humility. Okay, Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit off, sorry about that noise, a little bit off that side and a little bit off this right here. And, well, these look to be about the same. Nah, they're not. That one's too thick. So take a little bit off right here and a little bit more off of there. So I think this one's a goer, but I got to make some kind of, I guess I got to figure out. I'm just going to make more shims. Boy, it's like National Day of Shims here. All right. That's pretty thick. Guess I could measure that. I kind of think I should. All right, I'm going to just put a strip of wood there and don't need to measure it because I can just use these as a measurement thing. Okay, we'll be nailing them up here pretty soon. Here we are again. I made my little spacers here and we'll put them there. All right, and we're going to put this one in here because I want to see if it's a little bit more loose. Now, I'm going to face nail these, but you got to remember that, and oh, look at that, almost perfect. What's holding me up down there, I wonder? Okay, nothing really. Okay, that's good and flat right there. Oh boy, that's a whole lot better. Okay, and that quarter round's going to make the difference there. So this ought to just fall into place. And, all right. So there you are, gang. That's pretty doggone good, and that's nice and flat. So let's get the pneumatic nailer out. Now, like I say, when you get to the end of a run, when you're doing wood floors, you end up face nailing anyway. So this is nothing not to worry about. That is much better. So a lot of times when you walk on the edges of a wood floor where they start, unless you got the fancy tools, where they start and where they end, it'll crack a little bit because it don't have them nice angle nails in them. So we're going to drive that in first. And then we're going to get the great stuff out. And then I'm going to start making this trim here. And then I'm going to start painting the door. I don't think I'm going to show you. I'll just show you what it looks like at the end. Well, let's get the Mutabo out and start nailing. Okay. Well, that looks fine to me. Kind of got out of that lucky. Took all dang day, but yeah, that's gonna be fine. Let's where's the quarter round? I think it's around the corner. Yep. I don't like stepping out here barefooted. But let's just see if this covers it. Yep, that covers it fine. A little brown caulk if necessary, but I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to get some gray caulk and do around in here. I got a whole tube of that I want to do in other spots. It's going to look kind of messy, but it's going to hide this foam from this gemstone stuff. So it's square. I think the original door was a little off. It probably warped. Now the sun comes up right over here, so these doors get the beat out of them. Screens probably helps this one, but it gets a lot of sun all day. It's 3 o'clock and the sun's just now over there. Okay, Mutabo. Okay, so the thing to do here is to get your pry bar and ouch, I hit myself right in the ankle with that thing. Ow. Thoink. That was that thoink noise if you heard it. And okay, so you want to nail on this edge, coming into the room, and you'll pull it forward this way, just gently, don't go bananas. And I got it spaced enough to where I feel like everything's okay. So I have to do this with 2 hands. Not that crazy guy. Let's do it like that way. Okay. And just right there. Okay. And that's just fine. And I'll go on down there. I'll close the door and go on down there. And let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, everything looked good there. foot on it. Take up that space right there. Let's go here and push down on it. Okay. See that? That's pretty good. Pretty good. And we'll pull this in like this. And it won't take many. Okay, but you can even see those nails. I mean, you can, if you keep looking for them, just looks like a kind of a weird knot. Let me nail them up here, and we'll get the great stuff out. Birds, get out of here. Go on, get. No birds. Go on. All right, well, there you go. That's a good hour's worth of, ooh, boy, that feels good too. Nice and level and smooth. And that's great. So you can tell I got lucky just because I didn't have a little tiny strip of wood there I had to deal with to get the quarter round. So that looks like that's sticking out some, but it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna get that metal back up in there. Okay, so let's make these. Great stuff next. Okay, I got the Cheetos in there. I'm gonna let that sit there and dry for a long time. And then it's all done. All right, and I feel good about all that. Okay, I think I'll measure and go, I think I'm gonna prime this door right now. How about let's do that? So it'll be dry, maybe I can get some red on it tonight. So got the gloves on to swing it. How many house inspections have I been to where they get a failure because the top of the door isn't painted? And so be sure and do that. Don't get heavy with the paint. I've seen people put way too much paint on. So don't let that happen to you. But the bottom of the door should be painted too. But it's only got a weather seal on it, so I can only guess that it's not painted. So I'm going to just tape these off. I'm not taking this door off. You can't make me. So we're just going to see if that comes off. And I think I just made it stick better. No, it didn't. You get that off. Get stuff like that off. And you got to paint all 6 facets of your door. Okay. And I'm going to wipe this down with mineral spirits and give it a light sanding. Wipe it down again, and then put primer on it. And we'll see if we can get red tonight. And don't be cheap, don't be chintzy, take them off. But you can forget about me taking the door off. Now I've used this door maybe 20 times. And look at that, the stuff's coming out of it. Sorry, dogs. Just nothing any good anymore, is it? Some Asian country, something, I don't know, just makes me mad. Mad! Okay, let's go get the mineral spirits. I got the, come on. All right, that's my fault down there. Got everything taped off. Ready for the primer coat. I got primer all over it, nice thin coat, and I think it really needed it. So I'm gonna paint this jamb, the back jamb, the top, and this. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and paint this side white. I'll do that later tonight, but I can't close it now for a while. So I'm gonna go down there and do some powder coating on that handle that goes here. I hope it goes here anyway. We're gonna try to make it go there and make it look pretty. So I can't powder coat. I guess I could powder coat that thing. And well, there ain't nothing in there. Can't get that to 400 degrees. I can get that to 400 degrees, so let's, and that has some paint on it anyway. You'll see what I'm going to do here. It's going to be interesting. So yeah, I just use chip brushes, I confess. Okay, so I've got what I can do with my lock mechanisms in here. Looks like I'm going to need some brake clean. Ooh, nice and hot. Oh, let's see what's in there. Nice, steamy pieces of lock with the paint coming up. Look at that paint coming. Look, I don't know what that was. Yeah, I think we're gonna get that paint off pretty good. All right, I think it was worth doing that. Getting all the old spiders and junk out of there, huh? Get that off while it's warm. Tell you the truth, that finish turned out better than I thought it would. But I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do anyway. So yeah, there's what she looks like now. There you go. So there that is, powder coated in gloss black. So that's gonna be nice. Gonna look good on that red door. I hope. Should look nice on the red door. That one piece just wouldn't take, but I got some black nail polish. I don't always wear it, but we'll touch that up, it'll be fine. I tried to sort that out when I started powder coating, but it just didn't take. A little touch up here and there. Nobody's gonna ever notice, except me, and that's okay with me. Let's put some lock lubricant in there. I think I got some. Well, it's been a garbage day on Pandora. Ooh. So let's see what I got here. I got that lock ease. Where's that stuff? It's right there, lock ease. All right. It's late on Sunday night, and I haven't been here very long, but I did hang this fan. That's a cool looking fan. I don't know, it just somehow fits my idiom, that sort of thing. I like that thing a whole lot, and I got lucky and had single switches, so I can use that as a light switch here and over here. So I had the double switches is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, cool, huh? So there we go. That door is white now. I'm starting to do the trim work measurements, and that's that powder coated handle there. So that's pretty good. I got some other stuff down in the barn that I'm going to finish this door out tonight, and I won't have great big holes in my house. That's a good thing. Of course, Hunter isn't a fan or a sponsor of me in any way, but I'm a fan of this fan, and I'll tell you why. The blades bolt directly to the motor through those little things there. It's kind of a little difficult to deal with putting it up, but it goes. You don't have to deal with those brackets between the fan and the motor. So I was deeply impressed putting this up, and so I love it. I think it's cleaner looking. So if you know, you can change these bulbs. It came with everything. I didn't get nothing. It came with the bulbs and the whole shooting match. And I'm about 6 or 7 inches away from that, so ain't no big thing. And so I just think it looks great in here. It's just a little different looking. That's a Hunter there. I love it. And that's a Harbor Breeze there. And that's not a bad fan. It's not a Hunter, but it's quiet and works good. And this one's been good too. I mean, I just put this one in too. I don't know if y'all saw that. I don't remember if I talked to you about that one. It's such a little tiny room. But yeah, that'll just keep the heat down. Schoolhouse lamp and all that stuff. Reminds me of being very angry. I hated school. So anyway, don't tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to do. So yeah, that turned out good. So let's go down and finish this lock work. I've got the pieces in the oven. We're gonna come up here, and I love that, and I've got some ideas on finishing the thing. So we may, after tonight, we may close this video and talk about some other issues on part 3. One of those issues that I just kind of thought about was the grab handle on which side. Because originally, when this house was built, this grab handle was on this side. Well, that's silly. Because you can just put, you put the grab handle on the pull side. And so I just think that's better. I didn't really mention that too much before. And so we're going to wait till the morning and finish this thing out. Let's just see. I'm going to just see if it works. And we'll do one last shot tonight. Then we'll do one in the morning sun here. But I think that's going to look a little nicer outside.
I know that's backwards in most worlds, but why would you want to pull on this to open the door when you really ought to pull on that? And that's so pretty. You get to look at it more when you're inside. I don't know. I just sort of naturally fell into putting that thing on the inside. So it's my house. I'm doing what I want to do. I will be able to lock my house tonight and have no air coming in, I think. So I just put all this lock stuff in there. I think it's going to be okay. If the bottom one lines up, I guess the top one will. So we'll look at it in the morning sun, okay? And I'm not going to do anything black on that. I think it's probably good to see that. Although I don't have a key for that, so it doesn't matter. I don't come in and out of this door. So let's see what happens. There you go. She's all locked. And I hung this up too with my methodology of just screwing it directly into the door. So there you go. Nothing stronger than that. So we'll pull the shade down on this video, and I think that's great. So all right, we'll finish it out tomorrow, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. And got some pretty interesting angles and stuff to work with here, because I've got to put wood here and then here, and then I got a plan for up there. But that'll be the last video in the series. The end of whatever part this is. I think this was part 3, but oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, I'm real happy with that. And that gives it just a little bit of tension on the seals. All right, well, be sure and give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share, and we'll talk next time. So that's what it's going to look like. I don't like that. I said I wanted to see that thing. So I want to see that thing. All right, now I can see that thing. That's beautiful so far. Got to get rid of the Cheetos. All right, good night, guys.